Good evening, my fellow engines. Today I present to you one of two ENHYPEN marathons. What is up, my people? Welcome back to my channel. Marco here for another ENHYPEN reaction. ENHYPEN marathon, as a matter of fact. They are one of my favorite K-pop groups. They were actually the second K-pop group I ever got into. The first being BTS during the lockdown, during the pandemic in 2020. And then I watched a little bit of Island. Well, actually, there's a funny story to this. I think it was the first 3 episodes of Island that I watched. And then I watched the last 2 episodes because I found out that BTS were going to be guest judges on the show. So I wanted to see who was going to win the competition. So I saw that. It was really emotional. And I thought to myself, great, good, go for you guys. And then I kind of forgot about them. Months had gone by. And then Given Taken, which was their very first music video, their debut single, came out. And I was like, oh, okay, wait. I saw this on Twitter and I decided to check it out. And I checked it out. And I was like, I don't think I like this. It was a little overwhelming for me, the visuals, the concept. I didn't quite understand what was going on. It could have just been that I wasn't in the mood for it. So my perception of it was a lot different, but I couldn't get into it. So I thought, you know what? Good luck to these guys. I hope they do well. Months go by and I completely forget about them. And then another song drops. A little song by the name of Fever. And boy, oh boy, did that ever have me in a chokehold. I was like, wait, this song? Who sings this song? Who is this song by? Who are these people? So naturally, I do some digging and then I find out, wait. ENHYPEN? What? These are the guys that did Given Taken? The song? The music video that I wasn't really into months ago? What? So naturally, I go back and I rewatch Given Taken. And I fall in love with Given Taken. So I already know all of their music videos. I know their songs. I'm quite familiar with them because I got into them before I ever created my YouTube channel. But for the sake of adding more ENHYPEN content to my channel, and because their comeback is right around the corner, I did want to check out their music videos all over again. It's been a while since I've seen these videos, so I might see things a little differently now or notice things that I never noticed before. Of course, I'm going to need your help, guys. I'm going to need your help filling in the blanks for me and pointing out some things that maybe I haven't noticed or maybe correcting me on some of the things that I've gotten wrong. We have Jungwon, who of course is the leader of ENHYPEN, with a bleeding nose. This is our first image into this world. Our first image with ENHYPEN as an official group debuting. Of course, Jungwon isn't the only one with some blood. I myself have a glass of blood right here, in which I will be drinking throughout today's reaction. It's cranberry juice. Please don't call the cops on me. If you don't have a glass of blood yourself, then I encourage you to bite whoever's next to you. As you may have noticed, the vampire theme is prevalent in today's marathon because, as we know, ENHYPEN's concept as a group is that they are vampires. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls of all ages, if you enjoyed today's video or my content in general, ENHYPEN or no ENHYPEN, please subscribe to my channel. Leave me all the comments. I love reading them, interacting with you, and of course, learning so much from you as well. You know what's actually funny? I used to have fangs. I used to have fangs on the top and on the bottom like a fucking vampire. But I had to get them shaved down because I had braces. And because of the shifting of my jaw and the shifting of my teeth, the fangs were going to start cutting into my gums on the bottom and at the top. So I had to get them filed down. So I lost them. They were taken away from me. And I hated it because they were a part of me. They were a part of my identity. You can see there are a bit of sharpness to the exact spots that they shaved down, but I'll never forget having them. I miss them. Just a forewarning, there will be a lot of pausing and talking throughout these music videos as I've already seen them. So just beware. All right, we finally begin now with ENHYPEN's very first music video, Given Taken. I absolutely love the title of this track. No matter how much you seem to give and give and give, it all just gets taken away from you. And here we go. So we have a piano, I believe that's a piano, and there's some sort of voice, some sort of harmony happening in the background there.
Wake up in day one 첫날의 아침 조명이 비춰 태양의 눈빛 그 빛은 날 태웠지 그 빛은 나의 눈 가렸지 뭘 할 건데 꿈을 쫓아 답인 줄 알았어
No lie. So, I was always under the impression that when I was watching this earlier when it first came out, when I was brand new to ENHYPEN, that they were somehow in an orphanage. They were orphans in an orphanage. That might not make sense now, but what is all this about? These are actually different sets and scenes that we see throughout this music video. But what is with the old, worn out black and white film? Who's that? She seems to be a nurse, a caregiver of some sort. Right, what is this? This looks like a torture chamber. Oh, this is actually the same room as this. This is the same room as this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're actually in a private boarding school. That's what this is. But what is with all the toys? They're too old to be playing with toys like this. I mean, you can play with any toy you want. Nothing wrong with that. But it just doesn't seem like it's correlating. So So this is something that I love about the chorus of this song that I didn't even realize until many moons later. The backing vocals that are filling in the spaces in the chorus. To you, to free, to you, to me. Let's point them out, ladies and gentlemen. To you, to free, take it. To you. My wife bang, oh, oh. Yeah. The two worlds. Oh, oh, oh. What's this medication that he's taking? My wife bangs. I miss them. Yeah. Why is he on the outside looking in? So sick. Yeah. So, this is the room with the toys. So I've never understood this monument that he's looking at. He's beginning to burn up. What is that? It seems like they have some sort of emotional connection to this. Like they have seen this before. No. Red blood. Red blood. So because this film is all in black and white, or it's distorted. Yes! So sick. So what is causing that? What is causing them to disintegrate like that?
난 너에게 걸어가지 신세계에 닿을 때까지 헤어날 수 없니
One of the best parts. Here we go. Here we go, Jungwon. Oh. So I need to know what this monument is, or what it once was, that they have some sort of connection to. Jungwon seems to be sizzling in the sun, but I'm a little confused by that because it seems like they can go out in broad daylight without any problems. But then sometimes, like here, for example, they sizzle. They get a little too hot. So I have a theory about this distorted images on film, and other music videos might back me up on this, is that essentially ENHYPEN are time hopping throughout history, throughout different eras in history. I'll be able to point that out in other music videos. But who is this? This is Sunghoon, who seems to be going crazy. What is the medication that they are on, that they are taking? And why? Why do they got to take this medication? Seems like they are trapped in this boarding school. They can't get out. I feel like they time hopped and landed here as students in this boarding school. And they're stuck here. And they need to get the fuck out. The glass on the window's cracking. It's not a good sign. Sunoo holding his teddy bear and looking at us like this. Also, not a good sign. So it really begs the question. What era is this? What year is this taking place? Look at the fashion. Look at the furniture. Just look how grainy. Of course, obviously it's the filter. But we're made to feel and think that this is not of our time. This is of a time that goes way, way back. Are the boys of ENHYPEN even the age we assume they are? The age that they're supposed to be looking like? Or are they much older vampires? Love this. We now continue with Let Me In 20 Cube. I'm not quite sure what the 20 Cube stands for, although I know there's a cube in the music video because they seem to be trapped in one. But let's talk about the title, Let Me In, which I believe is a direct homage to the film Let Me In, which is actually an American remake to the Swedish film Let the Right One In. The Swedish film itself is based off a book, and if you don't know, the story is about a 12-year-old boy who's bullied at school, who becomes friends with his next-door neighbor, newly moved in next-door neighbor, a little girl around the same age as he is, who ends up being a vampire. It's got some horror, it's got some romance, it's coming of age, but I totally believe that Let Me In is a direct homage to that. Just the image alone of them standing there with these clear plastic bags over them, it looks cool, but it's also quite haunting. I also believe this is an incredibly underrated track, an underrated music video from ENHYPEN. I feel like it just doesn't get the attention or credit it deserves because fuck, it is so good. Let us now continue with Let Me In 20 Cube.
I'll be your boyfriend.
Be your boyfriend. Look how good they look.
Yeah.
Baby, let's go. I want to enter your cube. Okay. It's starting to make sense now. Yeah. Na, na, na. So I believe they're in some sort of, it's like a museum that they're in, right? Because you see afterwards in the chorus part, they're in a museum. And what is this that he's drinking? What is this blue liquid that he's drinking? He just finds it and thinks, okay, cool, let me drink this. But here we go. Here's the cube. But why 20? and they want to enter a cube. I mean, we can take that many different ways. Hey, but at least if it's 20 cube, they're of age. So if I'm following the story correctly, my own theory here, don't scream at me, these are my own theories, my own headcanon, is that they have escaped the boarding school and they're running amok and they find this museum of sorts, right? And they decide to break in and have fun. Baby, let's go. I want to enter your cube. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. So that's a cube, right? Is that the cube that's glowing? Moonlight, good time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ra! Window. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll give you my love, 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 love. I'll give you my love. I'll give you my blood, 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 blood. I'll give you my blood. I'll be your boy, boyfriend. Ooh-ah. Ra-di-da-da. Ooh-ah. Bring it back. So there's a giant cube. Okay, there's a giant cube that we see. And so, yeah, I love this whole space thing that's going on. This is why I say museum, because you can see there's some sort of artifacts here that they're looking through. And they're discovering, is this the cube? The opening of the space behind them. Love that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Ra. Window. So the whole space thing, look how beautiful this looks. The whole space thing, the way I take it is that they're just like dressing up as astronauts in this museum and they're just having fun. Like I said, because I believe that they are literally time hopping throughout different eras in our history, I feel like this is them kind of learning and discovering, oh, what's this? Oh, humans like to study space. Well, what's space? Let's find out. So they dress up as astronauts and they're learning all this in the museum, right? That's what I'm taking from this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll give you my love, 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 love. I'll give you my love. I'll give you my blood, 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 blood. I'll give you my blood. So there's this. I love how sunoo is like, see you. So I love that. We still get the that voice that the song began with. Oh, oh. We're still getting that in the post chorus here. So what's this cube then? What's this cube? It's opening for him. He's flying, floating to it. This is so cool. All of this, the red background, the forests. Oh, it actually reminds me of the new concept that they're going with. Well, their new concept teasers that they've been releasing with all those red flowers, the field of red, and them wearing all black. It kind of looks like this. Ooh. Ready, rap, rap, rap. Bring it back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at that. Oh. He's in his own cube. There's actually different. Oh, whoa. Don't hurt each other. There's actually different cubes, if you think about it, throughout this video. There's like that black cube that Jungwon is flying into. So we have this. Right, this little cube that sunoo is sitting in, but then also we have this grave, this dugout grave that you can essentially say is a cube. Wild. Oh, your small world, perfect on its own. light, good time. Yeah, 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 brah. When the yeah, 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 yeah. So it's like they found themselves trapped. See, like they're trying to break out. It's almost like they didn't know. It's almost like this is their first time discovering a forest. And it's like, well, plot twist, it's not a real forest. It's still inside this museum. You're still inside the barricades of this facility, this building. And it's like they're trying to break out. And it's like they're freaking out because it's like, this isn't real. It's a wall. What the fuck? Are we trapped in here? Are we trapped in this cube? I love this pink sweater Jungwon's wearing. The cube opens. The sun comes. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. It's like slow-mo. It's almost like slow-mo. When the light hits Nikki. So here's the thing. This is that they're trying to break out, and then I feel like it's daytime, but I also feel like, I don't know, something with the security system. The security system's turned on. So now they're kind of like frozen in place because they don't want to trip the alarm, I think. That's what I'm getting from this. See, they're like, they don't want to move. But they're all in different... It's actually crazy. They're all in different positions, though. They're standing like... What? Sunghoon is crazy. So they're all here. And then they're there. And there. And there. And there. And there. And there. That's crazy. What's crazy is not the fact that they're just like frozen in place, but this specific shot right here. How he's frozen in place. And then when you have the light go off on him, it adds another level of uncanniness to it. Because you're expecting someone to flinch and to move. But the only thing that's moving in the shot, besides the camera, of course, is the light. Because the darkness casts the shadow over him. And he's still frozen in place. It makes the idea or the illusion of him frozen in place all the more real. But then they're like running away. And what's with the little gummy bear? Light. Good time. Yeah, 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 yeah. So they were asleep. Is that what I'm getting? They decided to stay overnight? So sick. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll give you my love, 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 love. I'll give you my love. And I'll give you my blood, 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 blood. And I'll give you my blood. I'll be your boyfriend. For good. And now they're trapped in this cube. I'll be your boyfriend. And it starts to crack. Explain. Oh, yes, yes, yes. We have now reached Drunk-Dazed. And if you know ENHYPEN, the brand new group ENHYPEN, who have a connection to ENHYPEN, you'll also know the connection between their Under the Skin music video, the extended version at least, and with Drunk-Dazed. Let's get into this, shall we? ENHYPEN's Drunk-Dazed. So, we're talking about boarding school, and it seems like they're waiting outside at night to be picked up, but based off their uniforms, they're going to a modern day school. So again, how does this line up? This is why I say they're probably traveling through different eras in our history. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. And of course, now we get Sua or Suha, who appears in their webtoon. Now, my question is, when did the webtoon actually premiere? When did it actually drop? What time? Was it before Let Me In? When was she introduced to this lore? When I reacted to the Dark Blood concept trailer, people were telling me in the comments that Sua is the one responsible for turning the boys into vampires. Apparently, she is the queen of the vampires, which then in turn makes me question, well, how old is she? She's not really high school age. She has to be much, much, much older than this. So is she time hopping as well? So many questions. Birthday invitation. So actually, let's read this. You're invited to our bloody birthday party. Cheers. Sometimes walking down the deadly path without fleeing from death itself can give rise to the most wonderful creation. We hope you will be able to join us. Consider me there. And team baby, the werewolves. Yeah. In a world with no rules, everything's been turned upside down. This set is so fucking wicked, man. This video and this song, Jungwon. See, from Give and Taken. What is the connection? I believe, okay, first of all, this video and this song, for some reason, it might not make sense to you, but if you guys ever seen the original The Craft from 1996, for some reason, this music video, even though The Craft has to deal with witches in high school, it's always reminded me of that movie. This music video, I don't know why, because we're not dealing with witches, but there's some sort of, I don't know. It just reminds me of The Craft. That's just the best way I can put it. What is the correlation here? So they're back at the boarding school we see here. And what does that have to do with this party that they're at now? I'm telling you, they're skipping through time. Stay. Play. Dance. Can't control my body. Dance. Oh, Jay, you need to relax there a bit. Too much to drink. I love this set. I love this house. I swear it says too drunk to live or too drunk to love. All the confetti. Oh, it's so good. Teleporting. Yeah? So he's biting himself. Are the drinks at this party not good enough? Cheers. I love this. The upside down. Oh. Play. Can't control my body. Oh, there they are. So what is this? What is this back in their actual world, the vampire world? This is the queen. Is this the girl? Suha? So it looks like it's some sort of, I love this set. It looks like it's some sort of meeting and she's giving them orders. She's giving them an assignment. And because of their attire, what they're wearing, this is why I believe they go way, way back. These ain't young men. Set is so wicked. I love this. So what is the purpose? Okay, so she's dropping the blood. He's dropping his blood, essentially. He put his blood in the glass. But why is my question? What purpose does he have to be doing that? It seems like a malicious thing for him to do. But Sunoo is not a bad, malicious person. This is so wicked. I love this part. Oh. And so why is it bleeding on him? I think most of their videos have some sort of break in the song. So cool. So cool. So cool. Dance, dance, dance. Can't control my body. Dance, dance, dance. See? From the past. Hey. Hey. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So well done. So well done. And what they did, it's supposed to be like blood, right? But what I love about that is it's basically just water. And they just added red lights. Like I did. Red lights. To make it look like blood. And then we have the after party here. Who's going to clean this shit up? So, first of all, let me just say I love this door. I don't think the door gets enough credit. This White House with this blue door. It's fucking beautiful. The next question I have is, why is she arriving at this party so late? It seems to be daytime, based off the lighting that we have here. So why is she arriving so late? I mean, I don't know. Shouldn't the Queen of the Vampires know what's up? We have now reached the final video in today's marathon. Fever. Oh yes, we know that this is quite a fan favorite, don't we? Let's just jump into this, shall we? We get a little bit of story in the beginning. So these are the outfits they wore that we saw glimpses of. Love these shots in Drunk-Dazed. Now, I'm also under the impression that there are story elements that are happening in the webtoon that the music videos continue off of. So there's a lot of in-between each music video, there's story elements in the webtoon that if you're not reading, you can't connect the dots. You don't know what's happening. So they're running away from this void, right? This black cloud of smoke that I assume is an evil entity, right? Perhaps, I don't read the webtoon. But this is just my own theories. Perhaps this is their first time running away and escaping from their world, the vampire world, whatever you want to call the world they come from. And this might be how they found themselves on Earth. Unless maybe the vampire queen that we saw them with in Drunk-Dazed, she was giving them some sort of assignment because their world is dying or they're in grave danger. And she's saying, no, you have to leave now. And this is where you need to go. So what you're seeing here is them actually leaving. They're running away from this evil, dark, cloudy void. So they enter this room. They look up and then they start running again. And
Give me fever. 얼음 같은 눈, 붉은 눈빛, breaking me in two. 나를 흔들지. 옹자에 앉은 네 앞에 설 때 내 안에 타는 불길. What I gotta do?
oh, the editing!
너를 찾아도 I can't have it. 나에게 손대선 안 돼. 절대 하지만 네
Love the choreo.
멈춰 제발 멈추지 마. 멈춰 제발 멈추지. 너 때문에 온몸이 타올라. 너 때문에 심장이 목말라. Like a fever, 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 fever. 널 안고 싶어, 널 안고 싶어. 밀어내도 내 안에 타올라.
So the colors that they're wearing, all this neon, orange and green with the black leather.
Don't stop.
Stop.
그래 all day 태워줘. Please stop.
Stop.
나의 태양여 그만 baby. Oh baby.
It's, I was gonna say the neon colors, very Halloween, which I love. Fuck it up! Nah, like a fever, 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 fever. Like a fever, fever, fever. My God, the makeup and all the glitter. So that was the necklace that was dropped in his mouth, and it's around his heart. What does it mean? The flashing lights. Yeah. Fever, 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 fever. What a fucking song, man. And I know, you think I don't know? I know the fans have been begging them to do another song just like this. Begging. When are we gonna get another fever? When are we gonna get another fucking fever? I totally get it. I want another fever. It's the only fever I want. The only fever I'm begging for. I don't know. And they know this. They know this. B-Lift Lab knows this. I love this. The empty pool, a cube. Again, they're like in this giant cube. So it seems like they're coming down with something, right? They're sick. And I guess it's like love sick. The more I hurt, the more I want you. My body is burning up because of you. You know, they've caught this fever, but what really is the fever? I mean, what is the fever? They're sick with something. Is it all the drinks that they had at the party? Drunk-Dazed? I don't know. Or maybe the fever relates to them turning into vampires for the very first time. And we're seeing what it was like for them just before they had to run away and escape that cloud of smoke. I don't know. Sunoo is always in this really pensive state, and I wonder why. You know, Nikki is actually one of my favorite dancers. He's one of my favorite dancers in the industry. One of my favorite dancers. He's just so fucking good. And actually, when I watched Island, the very first episode, and he came on, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was one of the first to be introduced, like when they do their introductions, when they do their interviews with each of the people entering. Now that I think about it, the building they went into for Island was a giant cube, wasn't it? It was a giant black cube. I knew right away. I said, he's going to win this. And I was watching the show with my mom. I said, Ma, I think this kid's going to win the competition. And she was like, you know what? I think you're right. And lo and behold, the rest is history. Neshumara Riki, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, my dear engines, as I check out some ENHYPEN with another marathon quickly on the way. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll speak again in the very next ENHYPEN marathon. Cheers. ENHYPEN have a brand new comeback on the way. I'm going to be scaring myself.